Welcome to the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and shortly Dorothy Namuyomba will be joining us on sign language, and there she is. So without further ado, let's get straight into the news bulletin. Today it's going to be rather a short bulletin because we have some programming coming your way. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has announced a launch of investigations into the just concluded Kawempe North by-election violence. It follows rampant allegations of ballot stuffing, altering results, destroying ballot boxes and violence. He criticizes UPDF and JAT deployment during the electoral exercise, citing it as an anomaly. We have a detailed report on his statement. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has spoken out on the Kawempe by-elections today in a letter saying that, fellow Ugandans, especially the Bazukulu, greetings. It is good that we are getting the rains after a very hot season. Stop damaging the environment, please, wherever you are. In this piece, I am writing to inform you that an electoral and criminal investigation has started in the Kawempe North by-election. The following allegations have come up: ballot paper stuffing, altering results, destroying ballot boxes in Kazo, Angola, Mbogo Mosque Zone, etc. Because apparently some people did not want those votes to be counted. Campaigning at the polling stations, intimidation, violence, and more. The heavy deployment of security forces may have stopped mass violence, but it could not stop these microcrimes that should have been managed by the election officials. Some people really miscalculate. To think that you can commit such crimes against the law and the people when the NRM is in charge of the country is the highest form of shallowness. We shall hold everybody responsible accountable. Those who intimidate NRM supporters must stop and apologize to those you intimidate. Those of the language Yemwe Abatusibieko NRM must stop. Respect the Ugandans' choices. Ballot stuffing has been going on since 1961. That is how Ugandans ended up being unstable. Leaders do not concentrate on solving people's problems because they know they can cheat and be in power whether the people support them or not, and this will stop. That is why we are insisting on only biometric verification. Nobody else who is not biometrically verified will vote. I hope all Ugandans who want peace will support this. It must be one person, one vote. Somebody was arrested with 18 ballot papers. The NRM people must not involve themselves in cheating by saying that the opposition is doing it. They must also do it. Work to crush the disenfranchisement of the Ugandan people. That is why the NRM went to the bush. I have heard people talking about the harsh methods by some security elements, especially against the journalists. We are studying this, however. The original question should be, why should the UPDF and JAT have to be deployed in crowd management? Uganda is like an island of peace in the region. Why? Is it because of the UPDF? They have enough work fighting the ADF, cattle rustlers in Karamoja, Konyi in Central African Republic, Al-Shabaab in Somalia, and so on. There, they shoot to kill. That is why nightclub goers can dance the whole night in peace. Why then do they get diverted to deal with crowds? It is because of the indiscipline of some opposition groups. Who organized the Kabaka riots of September 10th to 12th, 2009? Who organized the 2020 riots of November 18th to 20th? Where people were killed, NRM women were undressed, policemen were attacked. Where was the army in all that? I deployed the commandos on the 20th of November and they crushed the institution. Who organized the Panga groups in Masaka? Who destroyed the ballot boxes of 50 polling stations out of the 197 polling stations in Kawempe North? You have been inviting the NRM to attend to you. We shall do exactly that. The mistakes the soldiers may do could be on account of preparing for those non-lethal roles. They are diverted from their work of fighting on account of indiscipline of some actors. These are criminal mistakes of the opposition. However, there are also organizational mistakes on the NRM side, especially not working collectively and reaching the Wanaichi. Investigations will show us who destroyed the ballot paper boxes at Kazo, Angola, Mbogo Center, etc. and why. Could it be because of the big support the NRM has there? Because of the anti-poverty programs in the area? Central Executive Committee is addressing those mistakes. We had a meeting on Friday last. Signed, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda. Furthermore, the former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Engineer Dr. Badru Kiggundu, has told UBC that managing elections was the hardest task among his previous and current assignments. Kiggundu, the current supervisor of the Simba and Karuma hydro power projects, told our reporter Daniel Mugoya that a lack of political maturity in Ugandans has hindered players to tolerate defeat.
I know there will be time to retire when I can't even change my ribs. So let me retire when you can't even turn me around. I think I've done the best I can. I have people who follow my footsteps.
It is a privilege to interact with 80-year-old engineer Dr. Badru Kiggundu, who once managed elections in Uganda. For 14 years, Engineer Badru Kiggundu was chairperson of the Electoral Commission, a role which the always amused engineer played contributing to the growth of democracy in Uganda.
And I always tell people that we should be friendly to each other, irrespective of the corner of the country you come from, because that's the choice of the Creator.
His personality is embedded with a deep sense of belief about religion and creation. Kiggundu easily adjusts to whatever environment he gets exposed to.
Whatever incident happened in my life, it was always overcome amicably, without fist fighting. You find differences in cultures, find differences in the food style, you find differences in how people relate to each other. So, likewise, going to the US, besides the fact that the majority of the population is white, I never cared about the color.
His appreciation of sciences led him to a decision to pursue engineering in the University of New Mexico, a course which was then rare in East Africa. He served at various capacities, solving practical engineering problems.
I was happy to be a leader when I moved on to another university in that discipline of water damage potential and abatement.
Dr. Kiggundu was head of Department for Civil Engineering and eventually became the Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Technology at Makerere University. The famous and proud engineer later changed sequence, having been appointed to head the Electoral Commission, succeeding Aziz Kasuja. To Kiggundu, this was the most challenging task in his career as a fresh assignment.
There's no institution I knew before I became the chairman that teaches election management in Uganda or East Africa or even beyond Africa. So it's a new field, a new trend, a new discipline where there's a lot of effort, of self-taught effort. You have to look out for the knowledge, you have to look out for make numerous consultations.
Election violence was another item in the menu, which Dr. Kiggundu recounts as an unfamiliar environment which called for tough lessons to manage.
Because I was more in the science fields. I mean, I used to see strikes on campus. It was not something that I held a lot of weight to until I found myself right in the industry where violence is part.
Kiggundu attributes the lack of tolerance by political players as a syndrome which fuels election violence.
I did, I think, in 1996. We were about 5 contestants in Ruaga South, and I was number 3. Number 1 was least expected by most of us to win, but he won. When he won, I just went on the radio and I said, today, as far as this constituency is concerned, our newly elected is so-and-so. So, salute, and I go back to my chalk.
I would have won if it wasn't for Dr. Kiggundu. This was a famous statement which politicians, including 4 times former presidential candidate Dr. Kizza Besigye, easily sold to the electorate.
I never had a special basket of votes to give to you, to this one. So, it's just the opinion of individuals. But a human being is not easy.
Kiggundu has a tip for mature politics.
And we must accept the outcome of the voter. When the voters decide, there is always a method, a way to redress any discomfort, any dissatisfaction, but not go in the street. Go in the street is the hooliganism.
But how best can the country achieve political maturity?
Well, political maturity is not earned in 1 year or 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It's a journey. You must learn, as I said, to accept.
I asked Dr. Kiggundu on allegations of being compromised by political players in his tenure of office.
What gain do I have in compromising? If you fail to convince the voter, don't blame me. If your message you are giving to the voter is shallow, it's not containing what you're saying, people will look at you and say, this young man just wants a ride.
Nevertheless, for 14 years as the former chairperson of the EC, Dr. Kiggundu urges Ugandans to pride in Uganda's democratic system. I
don't know of any other country that has got the same depth of democratic process as we do. I'm proud of it, but as I said, it is not a cheap undertaking.
At retirement, Dr. Kiggundu will also enjoy the fruits of democracy.
I want us to get a stage where I salute you if you win over a contest I've been part of. Salute you and say, thank you, congratulations. And they even tell you that now you're going to be my leader. Very few people have got that courage.
Daniel Mugoya, Juma Nsamba, UBC News.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni said the death of Grace has robbed Honorable Paul Cole's family of a precious individual who has died in the prime of her life. Beyond her medical career, Grace had written children's storybooks which were selling on platforms like Amazon and founded a transport company. Grace was passionate about helping the less fortunate and dedicated most of her weekends to volunteering with a humanitarian organization, Helping Hands. Now, this morning of March 15, 2025, hundreds of mourners gathered at Honorable Paul Cole's ancestral home in Moroto district to bid farewell to a remarkable life nipped in the bud. Among the mourners was the Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Alupo, who represented President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at the final send-off of a life characterized by achievements.
Condolence message to Honorable David Ulkol and the entire Brigade family. I was saddened to learn of the passing on of Grace Ulkol Adams, the daughter of Honorable David Ulkol. On behalf of government and on behalf of the NRM party, And on my own behalf, I wish to extend heartfelt sympathies to the Pulkol family upon the death of a dear daughter. The family has been robbed of a precious individual. It is sad that she died in the prime of her life. This means that she still had a contribution to make in the world. She will be remembered for her humanitarian work, through which she extended assistance to the less advantaged in society. My prayers and thoughts are with the family during this moment of loss and grief. I pray that the Almighty God grants you the fortitude and courage to go through this trying moment. May the soul of Grace Pulkol rest in eternal peace. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, 15th March 2025. And he has also sent me with 10 million Uganda shillings towards the burial arrangements.
Now that the one who gave grace to us as a family, a precious gift, has come back for that precious gift and taken her away. The only thing we can say is thank you, God, for having given us the opportunity to father this girl, to bring up this girl, to share our best memories here on earth.
So for Grace, I would like to say, daughter, God has come for you. What your history, you have done a lot at that age. How I wish you should have stayed longer so that you would give these services to your people. But God has said, no, we go ahead. All of us, for sure, we are coming there. There is nobody who will resist. When time comes, you will go.
Thank you for the kindness. Even for here, give my generous. Vice President Jessica, thank you.
May her soul rest in eternal peace. The former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Engineer Dr. Badru Kiggundu, has told UBC that the Deputy Inspector of Government, Patricia Achan Okiria, has held a mentorship session with students from various institutions in Gulu to emphasize integrity in their academic career. During the meeting, Okiria stressed maintaining ethical values and the role integrity plays in shaping a successful future.
Okiria explained that integrity is the foundation of good governance, accountability and trust within communities and institutions.
We are here in Gulu University with the student leaders of Northern Uganda from the different institutions in Northern Uganda, including Lira University, the School of Nursing and Midwifery in Gulu and other institutions in the sub-region, basically to mentor the students and tell them about the significance of integrity in their journey as leaders, because we have seen that the degeneration of values is causing corruption in this country. And we have singled out integrity because we know that if the student leaders stand out as distinctive leaders, they can offer leadership by example and touch the lives of many people out there differently and substantially reduce corruption in this country, because corruption has been caused by the degeneration of values.
Patricia Achan Okiria also discussed the various challenges young people face today, including corruption, dishonesty and peer pressure, urging the students to make principled decisions despite these obstacles.
So if we inculcate these values in the lives of these students early, then they are able to have a multiplier effect by reaching out to the people they are leading, in the different spaces they find themselves in. So we hope and expect that these student leaders will be leaders by example, and they will be able to walk the talk. They will be able to demonstrate true leadership with integrity so that the other students can emulate from them. And also we look at leaders as people who have got lots of responsibility. Remember, they're students, they're supposed to demonstrate exemplariness in their academic journey, at the same time lead the students. So we see them as very, very useful tools in the fight against corruption, because if they can spread this message of being ambassadors of integrity and cause the other students to join in, then I believe we can go a long way in changing this country, because these students are the future leaders this country will be having. Yes.
She emphasized that their actions today would have long-term effects on their lives and communities they serve, encouraging students to be role models in their respective institutions. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Primary school teachers have been encouraged to focus on practical teaching in order to enhance students' learning abilities. This appeal was made during the specialized training for science teachers in Kole and Lira districts on the effective use of science kits, an initiative by the Ministry of Education and Sports intended at engaging learners in practical science lessons.
I learned about the importance of teaching practical science in primary.
The Ministry of Education and Sports is shifting from theoretical learning to competent-based learning outcome curriculum, focusing on hands-on learning and strengthening science education at the primary level. The Ministry of Education and Sports is working with the River Flow International Teachers Initiative to train teachers on effective use of science kits. Science teachers in Liran Kole have benefited from the training.
So when we brought this approach, now it encourages the teachers to go and make their own preparation. Like when a teacher is going to a class, you first prepare, you have preparation that corresponds with the item you are going to use in the class.
The training also highlighted inclusive education, ensuring that all learners, including those with the visual impairments, benefit from the hands-on learning.
So with this approach, learners, even in the absence of the teacher, they get these models, they get these items, and they study them themselves.
Teachers learned how to utilize models with the engraving so that pupils can identify and understand different scientific concepts by touching. The initiative has so far reached over 1,330 schools in the country.
I appeal to the ministry to ensure that all schools have the toolkits so that learning takes place uniformly across the district and across the country.
So reading widely is my appeal, is my passionate appeal that I can continue to repeat. That teachers should read widely, teachers should research, teachers should update knowledge from time to time so that they are matching with the world trends today.
Stakeholders emphasized on the wider distribution of the kits across all the districts.
We are requesting for more textbooks which are in line with the curriculum to support the use of these science kits.
Most teachers who are here are teachers from upper classes and these other middle classes, and in primary section the science starts from down up to P7 class. So I think some teachers are really behind, of which they need to also to organize for them this kind of training.
River Flow International Science Teachers Initiative aims to promote practical teaching and learning of science in primary schools, promote girls' education in science subjects, cultivate learning of essential life skills, create an interest in science rights from the primary level, and promote innovation and skills development in early childhood development. Ediulwa, UBC News.
Teachers of French and French specialists have called upon school owners and parents to allow them promote French language in their schools and allow students to also do the language due to its diverse opportunities. This call was made at Namiriango College in Seta during the celebration of the Francophone Month, as these details share with us.
Led by local leaders, residents marched through the town publicly to introduce their chosen candidate Kaka Ismail Luwega Uthman as a sign of unity and determination to achieve their goals.
leaders of NRM, heading by Alhaj Jamada Suna and his executive, they have decided that they don't want to face the challenge they faced last elections. Today, they have made a great decision of siding with one candidate so that they can take him forward and aspire to the level of Member of Parliament.
Kasensero Landing Site Chairman Kayumba John said there are challenges faced by the fishing community, particularly the rampant attacks on fishermen by robbers.
Kasensero nti batubayingini batutira abaana mu mazzi batukola batubba obutimba tubonaabona naye nga tetuyambibwa okituganya okuyambibwa oba oli awo kwe kulonda obubi nti omubaka gwe twalonda ffe ye Lutaaya omukyala ye Nantongo bonna banne ekintu ekituleetedde ddala obuzibu nti tetubatuukirira eri kutuusa mawulire gaffe kubanga bo opposition n'olwekyo tusangiddwa nga tubonaabona olw'okubanga tetulina babaka betutuma okututuusuza bituluma.
He emphasized that this time they have decided to support one strong NRM candidate to ensure their concerns reach top leadership.
Lutalo lwa kwegatta omanyi okwegatta gemanyi omulaba anaawangula yenna asooka kubaawukanya ka ekkubo lye tukutte namwe mulikwate okwo kwe kusaba kwange tuwagire kaka abalala mubaleke kuba nabo batuleka.
Kasensero Town Council NRM Chairman Haj Suna Jamada welcomed several defectors from opposition parties, including Mutima Musa, a former rebel who pledged allegiance to the NRM.
They have taken a great decision of uniting all converted to NRM.
Addressing the gathering, Kaka Ismail Luwega Othman promised to address their needs and work closely with the government to combat insecurity on the lake.
I take this chance to promise all the people from Kasensero Town Council that the decision they have made is going to take them a step ahead and they will see the fruitful results for their decision. I pray the Almighty Allah to guide me, to help me, so that I can fulfill what I have promised to the people of Kasensero Town Council.
With the 2026 elections approaching, residents of Kasensero believe that their unity under NRM will lead to improved livelihoods. Benon Mukwaya, Jamil Sekaja, UBC.
Well, we do beg your pardon. That was a story where residents of Kasensero Landing Site in Kasensero Town Council, Kakuto County, Chotera District, pledging their support for the national resistance movement as they seek for the development of their healthcare system and education and also improved security. Now, in other news, students offering engineering courses at higher institutions of learning have been challenged to leverage on new technological advancement to come up with innovative solutions in engineering field. The Chief Engineering Officer at American Tower Corporation, ATC, Ronald Miti, also urged companies to avail space and support engineering students to innovate.
A pivotal role in society by designing, building and maintaining infrastructure and developing technological solutions to address certain challenges in society. The Chief Engineering Officer at American Tower Corporation, Ronald Miti, challenged students offering engineering courses to leverage on new technological advancements and come up with innovative solutions in the engineering field.
It's about building the gap, the industry demand versus what is being taught. So if we don't come through to the academia to explain to them our demands, the new challenges we have in 2025, they can easily go on teaching and preparing our children for all the workforce for 30 years historical needs. So it's about bridging the gap, understanding the challenges that we have, and hopefully then they can tailor some of the programs that they have in terms of academics for the demand out in the field.
This was during the exhibition day organized by Makerere Engineering Society and the College of Engineering, Design, Art and Technology. The engineering students commended the initiative that brings together industry professionals and academia to showcase innovation in engineering and advancements in technology.
Interactions such as these with industry partners open up opportunities for students to access better facilities and also have the ability to do more with their innovations and take them to a broader level, especially where the university facilities may not be able to allow.
Makerere University has also been commended for supporting students' innovations.
And I think the most iconic project that has come out of this university, and to be more exact, the College of Engineering, Design, Art and Technology, is the Kira Motors project, which started at this very college and was built up from the stage of it being a student's project, and at this moment is to become Africa's greatest EV manufacturer at the moment.
Makerere Engineering Society organizes exhibitions to inspire innovation, facilitate industry academic linkages, and promote knowledge exchange and empower young engineers to apply their skills that benefit society.
Residents of Bataka village in Nabingo who purchased land from relatives of the late Anderea Mugerwa have decided to reclaim their land after a dispute with Kiggundu, a family member. Kiggundu is accused of obtaining land titles illegally, causing confusion.
Residents of Bataka village located in Nabingo who had bought land from family relatives of the late Anderea Mugerwa have decided to reuse their land after a time of torment caused by one relative known as Kiggundu. He violated Minister Mayanja's orders that permitted them to use their land, as the relatives who sold them the land were the rightful owners. At Bataka village, unknown gangsters were seen, but the residents' numerical advantage overtook them and they did not get close. Kiggundu, a grandson to Anderea Mugerwa, is alleged to have used the wrong information in the Administrator General's office, hence accessing land titles in the names of people who weren't rightful owners. This bred confusion in the family, hence attracting the attention of Minister Sam Mayanja.
Put here my money and I'm ready for each and everything so that I can recover my money. So understand if there is any situation, so I'm here in my property.
End of the investigations, Kiggundu had no claim to this land, as it was a share of his relatives. Therefore, selling it to the residents was not a crime.
Bought our plots, now it is 3 years, but ever since we bought, we have not used, we have not benefited. They came and broke all our houses, they destroyed all crops. Now we are here, we have reached all offices. Minister Mayanja, Madam Fiona Barungi, we see them all the time, putting people back on their plots, but for us here we have cried, now it is 3 years. But they have never come for our rescue. Please, we request when you see this news, please react. We are here crying as you see all people here. Now we don't have anything to do. We leave our work all the time and come here. Please come for our rescue.
As matters seem to be resolved, Kiggundu used Brigadier Moses Luchams, the head of Presidential Task Force on Land Matters and Environment, to go against the former resolutions. Now residents are requesting the president to intervene in this matter.
Mera kutaka lyaffe amayumba gaffe bagasudde emmere y'abaana baffe bagitemye Kiggundu ne famire ye batumazeeko emirembe ne Brigadier Luchams gwe bakozesa okutujja ku ttaka lyaffe. President Museveni vaayo otuyambe, Minisita Mayanja temutuyambye, muveeyo mutuyambe. Ttaka wano jako nga minisita ze
akutuyamba President Museveni yonna gy'oli bw'obanga gwona otuyamba okutuzza ku bibanja byaffe.
Bantu Machabe Semambo, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Educationists have commended the government for prioritizing sciences at all levels of education, noting that it has significantly improved student performance. They attribute this success to the emphasis placed on science subjects, which has encouraged more learners to excel academically. This appreciation follows the recently released Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education 2024 results. And at Mary Hill Christian High School, Nakasajja, the best performing student, scored 17 points in PCM with ICT, while others achieved impressive results.
And most especially with the sciences. Actually here at Mary Hill, as you view it, our best performance was in sciences. Our best student got 17, and the rest, we are very grateful. We sat 40 students, all of them have got principal passes that makes them go for universities. We are very grateful as a younger school of only 3 years, and we are also now producing such results, different for arts teachers. So science is the way to go, global scientifically.
And discussion groups with my friends, whereby we discussed and we saw that we share the content such that we could understand one another very well. I also used it to consult my teachers in case new things in absence of other people.
3 principal passes plus the 2 subsidiaries, where I managed to get a B in art, a C in geography, and a D in history. So plus the 2 subsidiaries and Chambogo University, but I prefer Chambogo University.
Reverend Father John Mary Dumbulu of Iganga Minor Seminary has decried the increased number of single mothers as a result of husbands' failure to exercise their roles. He was speaking at Ginger College, where he represented Bishop Charles Martin Wamika at the school's Thanksgiving ceremony for the just released 2024 UNEP results.
Don't ask us. The open our stars. That's why you find so many families who are single mother. Men are supposed to provide for the one, for the families. Men are supposed to take care, good care of
beyond self, to fulfill the mission and vision of the founder members. St. Joseph was a worker. I've always told members of staff to work hard. And I've told the students nothing comes easy on a silver plate. You have to work for it.
Come on, in my pocket, tambula body street, shoes are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo karoni, nega mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. And now in the world of business, MTN Uganda, in partnership with Smart Girls Foundation, has graduated 250 women from the MTN in Tech program and 33 youth from the MTN Girls with Tools initiative. These are the details.
Uganda's corporate social responsibility arm, the MTN Foundation, has celebrated major milestone of equipping Uganda's human resource with requisite skills. This they have done in collaboration with Smart Girls Foundation along Gayaza Road and equipped 283 women with valuable skills.
From last year's, we graduated 12 students, 2023. Then the next year, 2024, there were 31. And today, I'm happy to say we have 38. I'm delighted, very delighted, to say that the numbers keep on increasing as I break down. Currently speaking, we have more than 100 continuing students whom we have enrolled in different programs. This indicates that we are moving forward through challenge, though we are a big challenge.
The skills imparted included computer application user occupation, mechanics and electrical engineering, which are a key component in MTN's Ambition 2025 strategy.
The thing that I first of all celebrate, right, is the fact that all these girls, all the graduates, because now I can't just say girls, I've also seen there are some young men who are also here. The gentleman who was presenting the wireless transmission project. I mean, it is amazing to actually see the confidence that you have created in these young people. And we're actually discussing here with Enid and saying that, you know, over and above the technical abilities that are really valued in our society.
These 283 are joining over 850 other beneficiaries who since 2019 have been trained in digital and technical skills that have positioned them to thrive in Uganda's economy.
These skills will be helpful in navigating the complex and ever-changing world of technology. Yes, this program has given us a head start amongst the rest and will help us moving forward.
Through initiatives like MTN Girls in Tech and MTN Girls with Tools, MTN Uganda is bridging this gap, ensuring that young people are not only consumers of technology, but also its creators, innovators, and leaders.
And furthermore, Uganda Securities Exchange, in partnership with the UN Women and other stakeholders, hosted the annual Ring the Bell for Gender Inclusion event in Kampala. The theme for this year was Breaking Barriers, Empowering Women, Transforming the Economy. The event highlighted Uganda's progress and challenges in achieving gender equality, particularly in leadership roles within the private sector. Uganda Security Exchange's CEO, Paul Buiso, emphasized the exchange's commitment to promoting women empowerment principles and aligning with sustainable development goals.
As a market, we are doing well and continue to encourage listed companies in terms of their recruitment around women. I think across the board we've seen CFOs and CEOs in the different listed companies. We've also seen boards with quite a number of women, and I don't have the specific percentages, but on average I've seen it's around 52% in some organizations, others as high as 57%.
UN Women representative Paulina Chiwangu applauded the adoption efforts by listed companies and stakeholders, but called for more deliberate actions by private companies to integrate the women empowerment principles into their operations.
It's very important to underscore that gender equality is not just a matter of social justice. It's a fundamental pillar for sustainable development and business success.
Various women representing organizations shared insights on their inclusive recruitment policies, citing increased representation of women in technical roles.
I got onto the board of the Uganda Securities Exchange to bring an academic perspective, but I've been intertwined, I even rarely talk about academics, but I always create an opportunity for the universities to participate in the mandate and the programs and the different strategies and models to enhance inclusion, but also participation.
But if men are actually having conversations with women, starting from a father talking to a child, a brother talking to a sister, your colleague encouraging you as a male colleague encouraging another woman, you can actually, as a male, participate in breaking and just changing that stereotyping.
Uganda Bankers Association, Cornerstone Asset Managers, Level Africa and Credit Evo were among the latest companies in Uganda to sign the CEO statement of the Support for Women's Empowerment Principles. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News in Kampala.
And about 10 minutes to the hour of 11, we bring you to the end of our UBC News tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark and Dorothy Namuyomba as we usher in the live match between Inter Milan and Atlanta live here on UBC TV. Do enjoy.
The 11th of November 2018, the last time that Atalanta beat Inter.